When doing math problems, it's important to identify what we know. We know that a block of wood has 3 different dimensions, and we're told that the volume of a block can be calculated using length times width times height. So I'm going to write down my problem, 3.4 centimeters times 2.2 centimeters times 4.6 centimeters. I'm going to plug those 3 numbers into the calculator. 0.4 times 2.2 times 0.6, it equals 34.408. For our class, we'll just keep those numbers. The 3 past the decimal for our class, I think, will be what we keep as standard. And then since there's 1, 2, 3 centimeters, it's centimeters cubed. Box answer. The next problem, metal cylinder has a diameter of 3.25 centimeters and a height of 6.25 centimeters. Height is another word for length if you happen to have a formula that says length. The formula says pi r squared times height. R is radius. This is diameter. A radius is half of a diameter, so we're going to need to take 3.25 and divide it by 2. For finding the volume, V equals pi times a radius, which is diameter divided by 2. So 3.25 divided by 2. Formula says that this is squared times the height of 6.25 centimeters. This is centimeters being squared, so we're going to have centimeter squared times another centimeter, which will also give us centimeter cubed. I'll plug this into the calculator. So we'll find the pi key on this calculator, which is, right now, here it is, pi, parenthesis, 3.25 divided by 2, so that's a radius, squared, times 6.25. 51.84855. We said we're keeping 3 place values past the decimal. So that 8 is followed by a 5. It's going to turn into a 9. 51.849, and then we said centimeters cubed. Box our answer so we can find it. The next problem talks about an irregularly shaped metal object, which means we can't use a formula for that. So we have to use a method called water displacement. We have an original volume of water of 21.5. The water finishes at 41.5 after the object is placed into the water. That means that this increase in water volume came from the object. So we need to subtract these two. 41.5 milliliters minus 21.5 milliliters equals 41.5 minus 21.5 equals 20. A ball has a mass of 102.5 grams. Since this has a mass, that's going to equal variable m when we're doing density problems. Density problems are going to use the formula D is equal to m over v. A volume of this, 52.3, so that's v, and density is what we're trying to find, so that's d. So if our formula is d equals m over v, we know a mass, we know a volume. We can substitute the mass into the formula, the volume into the formula. 102.5 grams divided by 52.3 centimeters cubed. these in. 102.5 divided by 52.3 equals 1.9598. We're keeping 3 digits past the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So a 9 is followed by an 8, which means the 9 rounds up to a 10, which means this has a another increase in it. And our unit is grams per centimeter cubed. I'm going to move up camera. Number 5, we have 25 milliliters. This unit is used for volumes of a certain liquid has a mass of, so that's M. What is the density? D is question mark. Again, D is equal to M over V. And then D will then be equal to 22.5 grams divided by 25 milliliters. 22.5 divided by 25 equals 0.9 grams per milliliter. Notice that the previous problem had grams per centimeter cubed. This problem has grams per milliliter. Both of those are fine because it's a mass unit divided by a volume unit. Number 6, we find the cylinder that has a mass of, so M, a height of 32, diameter of 5. Find the density of the cylinder. Now, this time we don't have anything that says volume, so we're giving dimensions of the cylinder, which means we have to kind of use what we used up in problem number 2. V is equal to pi r squared times height. So our first step is to determine the volume of this cylinder. V is equal to pi times r squared. We're not given r, we're given diameter. In the last problem, problem 2, we have to do the diameter divided by 2, that's centimeters, and then r squared times height of 32 centimeters. So our volume is going to be equal to that math problem. So pi times 5 divided by 2, so that gets us our radius squared, times 32. 62 or 628.318. That's centimeters cubed. Now this is our volume. We have a mass, so D is equal to M over V. Substitute our numbers in. 25 grams divided by the 628.318 centimeters cubed. Now we can plug this in. 25 divided by, I could go ahead and type this whole number in, but it's still stored in my calculator memory. And I access that memory by hitting the top left key, the second key, blue key, and that activates the blue words. And right here, above the negative sign, says ANS, which stands for answer. So my answer was the previous math problem. My final answer there is 0.03978. Keep 3 digits past the decimal. 1, 2, 3. 9 followed by 7 means this is going to round up again to a 10. So 0.040 grams per centimeter cubed. Problem 7. A rectangular metal bar has a mass of, here's our M, the length of, this is L, W, and H. So again, we don't have volume. We have to first find volume. Volume was equal to, in problem number 1, length times width times height. So down here, volume is going to be equal to 5.1 centimeters times 2.0 centimeters times 7.5 centimeters. Volume is equal to, in the calculator, 5.1 times 2 times 7.5, 76.5. That is centimeters cubed again. Now that we have a volume and a mass, we can do D equals M over V, which is equal to 32 grams divided by 76.5 centimeters cubed. Put these numbers into the calculator. Again, second answer key equals 0.41830, keeping to the third digit past the decimal, 0.418 grams per centimeter cubed. Box your answer. Last problem. The data below was gathered by Joe Chemist extraordinaire. Use the data collected by Joe to find the density of the metal pellets. Here we're given the mass of a beaker, now the mass of a beaker plus pellets. We only want the mass of the pellets, so we have to take away mass of beaker. So that means take away is subtract these two. So we're going to do 52.67 minus 36.88. And what that effectively does is crosses off that word. The only word that is left, or words that are left, are metal pellets. Put that into the calculator. 52.67 minus 36.88, 15.79. And then if the metal pellets went into a beaker and the volume increased from 21.24 to 25.02, the increase in volume must be the result of those pellets. So we need to subtract those two volumes as well. $25.02 minus 21.24, 3.78. Now we have a mass and a volume, so we can do D equals M over V. Substitute our numbers in. 15.79 grams divided by 3.78 milliliters. 15.79 divided by 3.78 equals 4.17724. 3 digits past the decimal gives me a 7, trailed by a 2. 7 stays the same. 4.177 grams per milliliter. Box that answer. We'll also add our volume and our mass.